The discovery of a house in Belgrade's Ritopek district sent shockwaves through European law enforcement circles when investigators uncovered evidence of a brutal criminal enterprise operating a human slaughterhouse. The groundbreaking news investigation reveals the disturbing details behind the Belivuk criminal organization, whose activities remained hidden through sophisticated encryption technology and complex organizational structures. Our comprehensive report examines the facility's discovery, the criminal enterprise's operations, the digital evidence trail, victim stories, and the international law enforcement response that ultimately led to this unprecedented case's exposure. Inside the Belgrade House of Horrors, Serbian authorities made a chilling discovery in an unassuming pink house in the Belgrade suburb of Ritopek, unveiling what would become known as the House of Horrors. The facility, used by the criminal organization led by Belivuk, contained evidence of systematic torture and murder that shocked even seasoned investigators. Discovery of the slaughterhouse facility. In early 2021, law enforcement officials uncovered a sophisticated criminal operations center disguised as an ordinary suburban residence. The most disturbing discovery was an industrial meat grinder, carefully wrapped in thick plastic foil, which investigators determined was used to dispose of victims' remains. The house, situated near the Danube River, served as both an execution site and body disposal facility. The investigation revealed multiple specialized rooms designed for different stages of criminal activity. The torture chambers contained various implements of violence, including rooms covered in protective tarps for dismemberment, hidden chambers equipped with restraint devices, professional-grade industrial equipment for body disposal, specialized areas for photographing victims. The Belivuk criminal enterprise. From humble beginnings as a football hooligan, Belivuk emerged as one of Serbia's most notorious criminal figures, transforming a simple supporter group into a sophisticated criminal enterprise that would eventually shock the nation with its brutality. Belivuk's criminal journey began in the early 2000s through private security work. His first documented brush with law enforcement occurred in 2007 while working security at the Belivuk nightclub in Belgrade. The turning point came in 2013 when Aleksandar Stankovic, known as Sale Mutavi, invited Belivuk to join a newly formed partisan supporters group called Yanjikari. Following Stankovic's assassination in 2016, Belivuk assumed leadership, rebranding the group as Principi. The Principi group evolved from local vandals into one of the Balkan region's most powerful criminal organizations. Their operations extended through a network of over 29 Grobari supporter groups across Serbia and the Serbian diaspora. The organization maintained direct connections with South American cartels, allegiance to the Kavac clan, control over multiple football supporter groups, and strategic relationships with state officials. Methods of operation and recruitment. The group's criminal activities expanded far beyond football hooliganism. Operating from their base in Ritopek, they engaged in extortion, intimidation, kidnapping, torture, and drug trafficking. Their sophisticated operation included a secret bunker at Partizan Stadium, where police discovered drugs, weapons, and even a sniper rifle. Belivuk's organization demonstrated remarkable resilience, partly due to alleged connections with influential political figures. The group provided various services to state officials, including controlling crowd behavior at football matches and managing security at significant political events. Their recruitment strategy centered on football fan culture, using the passionate supporter base as a cover for criminal activities. The organization's reach extended internationally through a subsidiary group called Omerta, which acted as an enforcer crew and controlled finances across multiple territories. This expansion demonstrated the transformation from a local hooligan group into a sophisticated criminal enterprise with international connections and political protection. Digital Trail of Terror. The breakthrough in the Belivuk case came through an unprecedented digital investigation that exposed a vast network of encrypted communications. At the heart of this technological web was SkyECC, a sophisticated encryption platform that processed over 3 million messages daily. SkyECC marketed itself as a global leader in secure messaging technology. But investigators discovered its true purpose was far more sinister. The platform offered features specifically designed for criminal activities, including self-destructing messages, encrypted vaults, panic buttons for compromised scenarios, and disabled cameras and GPS functions. International police cooperations. A groundbreaking joint operation by Belgian, Dutch, and French authorities successfully infiltrated the SkyECC network in early 2021. The operation revealed approximately 70,000 users worldwide, leading to a cascade of arrests across Europe. Europol's involvement proved crucial, coordinating efforts across multiple countries including Austria, Germany, Slovenia, Spain, Croatia, Serbia, and Bosnia and Herzegovina. The decrypted messages provided law enforcement with an unprecedented view into criminal operations. Investigators gained access to millions of messages, which Europol stated would help solve serious and cross-border organized crime cases for the coming months and possibly years. The evidence proved particularly damning in Serbia, where authorities discovered gruesome photos and detailed communications about criminal activities. The legal implications of using encrypted evidence sparked debate in courtrooms across Europe. While some defense lawyers challenged the admissibility of hacked messages, Serbian courts ultimately accepted Sky communications as valid evidence. This digital trail revealed connections between criminal networks that had previously remained hidden, including links to South American cartels and evidence of at least 7 tons of cocaine seized in European ports. The technological breakthrough represented more than just a victory against one criminal enterprise. It demonstrated the evolution of law enforcement capabilities in combating sophisticated criminal networks. The operation highlighted how Balkan criminal groups had adapted to use encryption technology, forcing authorities to develop new investigative techniques. Victims and their stories. The brutal efficiency of the Belivuk criminal enterprise became evident through forensic analysis that revealed multiple DNA traces from different victims on the walls and equipment of the Ritopek facility. The investigation uncovered a systematic pattern of violence that shocked even veteran investigators. Profiles of the disappeared. The victims of the Belivuk organization spanned various categories, including rival gang members from the Skaljari clan, political opponents and their associates, business figures involved in extortion schemes, and individuals who possessed compromising information. The death toll from mafia-style killings in Serbia and Montenegro reached at least 175 victims over the past decade. Many of these disappearances were linked to the ongoing turf war between the Kavak and Skaljari clans that dramatically expanded since 2014. Impact on families and communities. The devastating impact on families continues to reverberate through Serbian society. Currently, 10,860 families across the Western Balkans still live in uncertainty, waiting for news about missing relatives. The International Committee of the Red Cross maintains a provisional list of missing persons, working with both Belgrade and Pristina delegations to provide regular updates to affected families. In the period from 2016 to 2020, authorities identified the remains of 18 people in Serbia and 32 missing persons in Kosovo. However, the process remains challenging due to what investigators call a conspiracy of silence among those with knowledge of the disappearances. Methods of victim selection. The Belivuk organization employed sophisticated methods to identify and target victims. Through intercepted SkyECC communications, investigators discovered that the group's tech-savvy member, Srdan Lalic, managed to exploit the encryption service's technical support to obtain information about rival gang members. This intelligence was then used to track and eliminate targets. The group often lured victims to the Ritopek facility under various pretexts. Once there, victims faced systematic torture and execution, with their remains being processed through industrial equipment before disposal in the Danube River. The organization documented their acts through photographs shared in encrypted group chats, which later became crucial evidence for the prosecutors. The scale of violence. The investigation revealed that at least 6 murders took place inside the house nicknamed the slaughterhouse, where victims were systematically processed through a horrific assembly line of death. The group's meticulous documentation of their crimes, intended to prove their actions to criminal associates, ultimately provided investigators with crucial evidence of their operations. Law enforcement response. Serbian law enforcement's response to the Belivuk case marked a significant shift in the country's approach to organized crime, though the operation revealed both progress and persistent challenges in combating criminal enterprises. The culmination of international surveillance efforts led to a series of coordinated raids in February 2021, resulting in the arrest of Belivuk and nearly 24 other suspects. The operation's success stemmed from deployment of specialized tactical units, simultaneous raids across multiple locations, seizure of encrypted communication devices, recovery of crucial forensic evidence, and coordination with regional law enforcement. The operation's scope expanded beyond Serbian borders, with law enforcement actions executed across multiple countries, leading to hundreds of arrests. The investigation benefited significantly from the Operation Trojan Shield / Greenlight, which involved over 12,000 encrypted devices used by criminal syndicates in more than 100 countries. Challenges in prosecution. The prosecution faced substantial obstacles, primarily due to deeply entrenched systemic issues within Serbia's judicial system. The average duration of first-instance criminal trials extends to 155 days, while civil cases take significantly longer, at 472 days. These delays are then compounded by the judiciary's independence remains compromised by political influence, with numerous corruption scandals escaping proper investigation. Political pressure manifests through public commentary on ongoing investigations by government officials, including members of parliament and ministers. International coordination efforts. The investigation demonstrated unprecedented levels of international cooperation. The FBI partnered with Serbian authorities in a worldwide operation against organized crime, particularly focusing on encrypted communication. This collaboration resulted in Europol coordinating cross-border operations, the FBI providing technical support and intelligence sharing, the DEA with drug trafficking intelligence, the Dutch police and their encryption-breaking expertise, the Swedish police with their regional coordination. The operation's success led to the arrest of multiple high-profile targets, including a Serbian national wanted for a $70 million fraud scheme. This international effort showcased improved capabilities in tracking and dismantling sophisticated criminal networks, with the U.S. ambassador to Serbia noting that Serbia is not a refuge for international criminal activity. Despite these achievements, significant challenges remain. The European Commission highlighted Serbia's need to establish a more convincing track record of prosecutions and convictions. The presence of corrupt practices and extensive patronage networks continues to hamper effective law enforcement, while political influence over the prosecutor's office remains pronounced, particularly in cases involving high-ranking state officials. The investigation's complexity was further complicated by the discovery of potential connections between criminal groups and state officials, including a former senior police official and the current General Secretary of the Progressive Party-led government. These revelations led to increased scrutiny of institutional integrity and calls for comprehensive reform of Serbia's law enforcement and judicial systems. Conclusion. The Belivuk case stands as a watershed moment in European law enforcement history. revealing both the sophistication of modern criminal enterprises and the evolving capabilities of police forces to combat them. Through meticulous forensic work, breakthrough digital investigations, and unprecedented international cooperation, authorities exposed a criminal network that operated with apparent impunity for years. Serbian society continues to grapple with the aftermath of these revelations. While the dismantling of the Ritopek facility marked a significant victory against organized crime, questions linger about the deep-rooted connections between criminal groups and state institutions. The successful prosecution of Belivuk and his associate represents progress, yet the broader challenge of systemic corruption demands sustained attention. This case demonstrates the critical importance of international collaboration in modern law enforcement. The combination of traditional police work with cutting-edge digital investigation techniques proved essential in breaking through the sophisticated encryption and exposing criminal networks. Though challenges remain, particularly in Serbia's judicial system, the Belivuk investigation sets new standards for combating organized crime in the Balkans and beyond. We hope you enjoyed this revealing story of crime and justice, and if you'd like to see more, don't forget to hit the like button and subscribe to our channel for more fascinating stories.